Financial stability is a goal many aspire to achieve. It represents the ability to meet financial obligations without undue stress. A critical component is establishing a solid financial foundation. This includes budgeting, saving, and investing. One crucial element is the emergency fund. It covers unexpected expenses like job loss or medical bills. An emergency fund provides a financial buffer. It prevents falling into debt during challenging times. Building and maintaining an emergency fund is essential for long-term financial security. It acts as a protective shield against potential crises. An emergency fund is a dedicated savings account specifically earmarked for unexpected expenses. It is not intended for everyday spending or discretionary purchases. Rather, it serves as a financial safety net for unforeseen circumstances. These circumstances can include job loss, medical emergencies, car repairs, or home appliance replacements. The purpose of an emergency fund is to provide a financial cushion to absorb the shock of unexpected expenses. Without such a cushion, individuals might be forced to rely on high-interest credit cards or loans. This can lead to a cycle of debt that can be difficult to break. An emergency fund helps avoid this scenario by providing readily available funds to cover urgent needs. The size of an emergency fund will vary depending on individual circumstances. Factors such as income, living expenses, and dependents will influence the amount needed. A general guideline is to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in an emergency fund. This provides a sufficient buffer to cover most unexpected events. Consider the story of Sarah, a single mother who lost her job unexpectedly. With 3 months of living expenses saved in her emergency fund, Sarah was able to cover her bills while searching for new employment. Without this fund, she would have faced financial hardship and potentially eviction. John, a homeowner, experienced a sudden plumbing emergency that required extensive repairs. The cost of the repairs exceeded his available cash. However, thanks to his emergency fund, John was able to pay for the repairs without incurring debt. He avoided the stress and financial burden of unexpected home repairs. Maria, a recent college graduate, faced a medical emergency that resulted in substantial medical bills. Her emergency fund provided the financial resources to cover her medical expenses and prevented her from accumulating medical debt. These real-life examples demonstrate the importance of having an emergency fund. The first step in building an emergency fund is to assess your current financial situation. Determine your monthly living expenses, including rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, and transportation costs. This will provide a baseline for determining the target amount for your emergency fund. Next, create a budget to track your income and expenses. Identify areas where you can reduce spending and redirect funds towards your emergency fund. Even small changes in spending habits can accumulate over time and contribute significantly to your savings. Set a realistic savings goal for your emergency fund. Start with a smaller, achievable goal, such as saving 1 month's worth of living expenses. Automate your savings by setting up regular automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund savings account. The recommended duration of an emergency fund is typically 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This provides a sufficient cushion to cover most unexpected events, such as job loss or medical emergencies. However, individual circumstances may warrant a larger or smaller emergency fund. Factors such as job security, health insurance coverage, and dependents can influence the ideal duration of your emergency fund. Individuals with less stable employment or limited health insurance coverage may benefit from a larger emergency fund. Those with multiple dependents may also require a larger fund to cover potential family emergencies. If you have significant debt, such as high-interest credit card debt, you may prioritize paying down debt before building a large emergency fund. Once your debt is under control, you can shift your focus to building a more substantial emergency fund. Regularly reassess your emergency fund needs as your life circumstances change. Having an emergency fund provides a sense of security and control over your finances. Knowing you have a financial safety net reduces stress and anxiety related to unexpected events. It allows you to face challenges with greater confidence and resilience. Financial stress can have a significant impact on mental and physical health. Worrying about money can lead to sleep problems, increased irritability, and difficulty concentrating. An emergency fund helps alleviate these worries by providing a sense of financial stability. The psychological benefits of having an emergency fund extend beyond individual well-being. It can also improve relationships and family dynamics. Financial stress can strain relationships and create tension within families. An emergency fund helps mitigate these tensions by reducing financial anxieties. A strong financial foundation fosters a sense of empowerment and self-reliance. Economic downturns can create significant financial challenges for individuals and families. Job losses become more frequent and businesses may struggle to stay afloat. During these times, an emergency fund becomes even more critical. An emergency fund provides a financial lifeline during periods of economic uncertainty. It allows individuals to cover essential expenses while searching for new employment opportunities. It can also help bridge the gap between reduced income and ongoing financial obligations. Having an emergency fund during an economic downturn can prevent individuals from falling into deep debt. Without a financial cushion, people may be forced to rely on high-interest credit cards or loans to cover essential expenses. This can lead to a cycle of debt that can be difficult to escape. During times of economic hardship, access to credit may become more restricted. Once you have a solid emergency fund, consider expanding your financial safety net. Increase your emergency fund beyond 3 to 6 months. Establish other protections like disability or long-term care insurance. Disability insurance replaces income if you can't work due to illness or injury. Long-term care insurance covers costs of services like nursing home care. Consider various risks and develop strategies to mitigate them. A well-rounded plan addresses both short-term and long-term needs. Maintaining your emergency fund requires ongoing discipline and vigilance. Regularly review your emergency fund balance and adjust your savings contributions as needed. Life changes, such as a salary increase or a decrease in expenses, may warrant adjustments to your savings strategy. Avoid dipping into your emergency fund for non-emergency expenses. Resist the temptation to use your emergency fund for discretionary purchases or vacations. The purpose of the emergency fund is to provide financial security during unexpected events, not to fund non-essential spending. Keep your emergency fund in a separate savings account, distinct from your regular checking account. This helps prevent accidental spending and ensures that your emergency funds are readily available when needed. Consider a high-yield savings account to maximize the interest earned on your emergency fund balance. Periodically reassess your emergency fund needs based on your current financial situation and life circumstances. An emergency fund is a cornerstone of financial security, providing a critical safety net during unexpected life events. It empowers individuals to navigate challenges with confidence and resilience, knowing they have a financial cushion to fall back on. Building and maintaining an adequate emergency fund is essential for anyone seeking long-term financial stability. The peace of mind that comes with having an emergency fund is invaluable. It reduces financial stress and anxiety, allowing individuals to focus on their goals and aspirations without the constant worry of unexpected expenses. It fosters a sense of control over one's finances and empowers individuals to make informed financial decisions. In times of personal or economic crisis, an emergency fund can make all the difference. It can prevent individuals from falling into debt, protect their assets, and provide the financial resources needed to weather the storm. An emergency fund is not merely a savings account, it is a symbol of financial resilience and preparedness. Embrace the power of an emergency fund and take control of your financial future.